the 3 by 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. It has frustrated people for years. Now, you all know this if you've been watching my channel. I'm Kaibo Cube here with another great YouTube video. So, if you haven't figured this out already, today, in this video, I'm going to be reteaching you guys how to solve a 3 by 3. So after rewatching and re-going over my old video, I realized that I missed a couple steps, and well, I wanted to fix that, make it up to you guys today, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be reteaching you guys how to solve a 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be using my Fengshi Rubik's Cube, because it's got a very similar color palette to the 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube, meaning white is white, and blue is blue, and red is red, and yellow is yellow, and green is green, and orange is orange. But it's slightly smaller, but that's not really a big difference. That's just a personal preference for me. I would highly recommend this cube because it's a really nice one, and it's got a very similar color palette. So I would go out and buy this, or go on Amazon and buy this if you don't have a cube yet. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you how to solve it, and I'm going to talk a little bit more while I'm scrambling it, and I'm just doing a random hand scramble. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video because this is my second time redoing this, or my second time publishing a done video. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get familiar with the notation of the cube. Now that your cube is scrambled, which is likely what you guys already have, let me just do a few more turns. Okay, so it's the cube notation, which what's the algorithm's written in, with the algorithm will appear somewhere here and down in the description. So the notation is like, you want to look at wherever your side you're facing. So if this side's facing me, so it's based off the clock. So if I wanted to say front, this is the front face, counterclockwise, it would be counterclockwise. If I say front clockwise, it'd be clockwise. Same thing with back. If I say back clockwise, it would be back clockwise. If I say back counterclockwise, I would mean back counterclockwise. Pretty self-explanatory. Up counterclockwise, and I'm gonna be saying prime as instead of counterclockwise just because it's easier. So this would be up and up prime, left, right and right prime, down and down prime, and then that is really all you need to know about the notation. So now that the cube is scrambled, we can get right into solving it, and that is what we're going to do now. Here we go. So what we're going to want to do first is get this cross, a white cross on this white face. So let's look around the cube and see if we can't find an easy piece. So here's an easy piece. This is the green and white piece. I'm not colorblind. So we can put it on green and white and white. And so what we're going to do in order to get this up there is just rotate this right side twice, and then we'll have this piece up here. So let's look around the cube. There's no more on the yellow face, which is where you want them. So, but I see this orange and white piece. So in order to get this up here, all you gotta do is do this R move, and then it's up there. And then I see this piece right here, which is a blue and white. So if we try to put it up there with an R2 move, it's not going to be in the right spot. This piece needs to be turned, and we can't do that just by turning it. So what you want to do is hold this piece towards you, move it into this position, and then do the following algorithm. Up clockwise, as in the clock, left counterclockwise, left prime, and then do an up counterclockwise, up prime move. And then that is the first algorithm. Now let's continue solving the cube. So let's look around for the next piece. So this is the next piece we want. Now, if we were to do our algorithm on this cube right now, it wouldn't do anything because this piece is not here. So what we're going to have to do first is move this piece around so it is in the right position, and then do the algorithm, which, just in case you missed it, was up, left prime, up, prime. And then that is the algorithm. And now we have the cross. So the next thing you want to do is finish off this white layer. So what you want to do is you want to get these four corners up along with these sides here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look around the cube and see if we can find a piece that we can put up. So I see these three pieces are already up and in the right layer, but two of these three pieces are wrong. So we're going to worry about the ones that are already up here later. So I see this red and blue piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this piece until I find the red and blue side. So what we're going to do, because it's in this right here, we're going to do right prime, down prime, right. And then we have that piece in the right position. So let's get right back into it. So let's look around the cube and see if we can't find what piece we have to do next. So these pieces needs to be switched and this piece needs to be turned. So how we get a piece out of the slot that we needed to is we do our algorithm. Right prime, down prime, right. And then we can just rotate it until it's in the right position and then do right prime, down prime, right. So let's put this piece down here. And then we have to do a slightly different algorithm. And that slightly different algorithm is right prime, down prime, right, down, right prime, down prime, right, down, right prime, down prime, right. And then that is what you gotta do. And so now we only have one piece left. So let's do our algorithm. Right prime, down prime, right. And then it is out of the slot. So let's put it back into our position and then do that algorithm. Right prime, down prime, right. And then there you have it. You have the white-faced solve. So now what you're gonna wanna do is take your cube and flip it. So the side you were solving is on the bottom. Then you wanna examine these pieces and try to get this second layer solved. So what you wanna do is find this first piece, line it up so it's blue or whatever color it is, and then so you can do this. Now you're not actually going to do this because it messes up this side. So what you're going to do is this algorithm. Up prime, left prime, up, left, up, front, up prime, front prime. That is the first algorithm you have to do if you want to take a piece and put it down left. So now, let's take a piece and put it right. So to do this, it's up, right, up prime, right prime, up prime, up, front. That is what you have to do in order if you want to make a piece and put it right. Sorry about the lighting. I left and I forgot to turn it on earlier. Now it's back on, so you have more light. So let's look around the cube and see if we can find the next piece. So here's the next piece. So we're going to want to put this piece left. And then we're going to want to do the algorithm that we did earlier, a little bit ago. So let's do that again. Which is up prime, up, left, up prime, up, front, front prime. There you have that piece left. Okay, so this last piece is very different. It is already in the spot, it just flipped the wrong way. So what we're going to want to do is do either of the algorithms. I'm going to do the one that puts it right, and then you have to do it again. So what you're going to do is you want to do up, right, up prime, right prime, up prime, up, front. And then you have that piece here. So what you want to do is to do a U2 move and get it in the slot and then do the algorithm again. Up prime, right, or not, sorry, my bad, that's my bad, don't listen to that. Just ignore that last seconds. So up, right, up prime, right prime, up prime, up, front, and then now you have the entire F2L, first two layers, solved. So now, what you're going to do is get a cross on this side. So to do that, it's a simple algorithm. It's front, up, right, up prime, right prime, front prime. Then you'll get this bar. Now what you want to do is you want to make this bar flat, and then do the algorithm again. Front, up, right, up prime, right prime, front prime. And then you'll get this L. Do the algorithm one last time. Front, up, right, up prime, right prime, front prime. And then you'll have the cross, and occasionally you'll have other pieces. And what we're going to do to solve the other pieces, I'll show you right now. So this is the longest scenario you will have, where the dots start out kitty cornered. To do that, to fix it, to make this entire yellow face solve, you want to do right, up, right prime, up, right, U twice, right prime. And then you'll have the cross and then dots up here. So when you have two dots on top, no matter where these dots are, you're going to want to do this algorithm, which is the same one as last one. Right, up, right prime, up twice, right. So an easy way to remember this is you want to get on the top layer. You want to watch this pair that you're moving and make sure you never break it. So if you do something like this and you end up messing this pair up, you know you did something wrong. So yeah, this and this piece are separated. You'll know you've done something wrong. So that's just a quick tip. And other than that, kind of just memorize it. So if you have one dot, you want to put it in this corner and then do this algorithm. Right, up, right, prime, up, right, U twice, right prime. Then you'll have one dot. So what you want to do is take this one dot and then put it in that corner and then do right, up, right, up, right, up, right. And then you'll have the yellow face solved. So I'm going to go back and show you another scenario you will have when solving this yellow layer. So after the kitty corner, the other scenario you might have is where you have two dots on top with these dots on the side. So what you want to do is the same algorithm, right, up, right prime, up, right, U twice, right prime. And then you'll have two dots on the side. So what you want to do is take the two headlight dots and put it so they're in this hand, your left hand facing this way. And then do right, up, right, up, right, up twice. And then you'll have one dot, put that in this corner, and then do the algorithm we have been doing for this entire time. And you'll have the yellow layer solved. So now what you're going to want to do is look around the cube, rotate this layer until you find headlights. And if you have headlights, what you want to do is take those headlights and put them behind you. And then do this following algorithm. Right prime, front, right, D2, right, front, right prime, B2, and then do an R2 move. And then you will have this scenario or something similar to this, unless you don't have headlights. So if you don't have headlights on any side, don't panic. It's okay. What you want to do is the same algorithm, which is right prime, front, right prime, back twice, right, front prime, right prime, back twice, R2. And then, if you look, you will have headlights. Then, take those headlights, put them behind you, do the same algorithm. Right prime, front, right prime, back twice, right, front, prime, right, prime, B2, right twice. And then you'll have a scenario that I'll be teaching you how to solve next. What you want to do is take a quick look and see if you want to rotate 3 pieces counterclockwise, which is what I have, or 3 pieces clockwise. So in this case scenario, we have 3 pieces and we want to rotate them counterclockwise. Now, the algorithm for this is F2, U prime, right prime, left, F2, right, left prime, up prime, F2. And if that was you, you just solved your Rubik's Cube. Congratulations! Oh yeah. But Kaibu, I have clockwise. Don't worry, I'm covering you next. So what you want to do is pretty much similar to what we just did, but it's F2, U, right prime left, F2, right left prime, U, F2. There you have it. Your Rubik's Cube is solved. You're welcome. So this is what you gotta do to solve Rubik's Cube. Now, this is the fastest way, not the fastest way, definitely not the fastest way, for sure not the fastest way, but it is the easiest way to learn. So now that you solve your Rubik's Cube, you're probably wondering, how on earth am I possibly going to memorize all of those different algorithms? Well, don't worry about it, because I have the solution in my brain. So what you're going to want to do is, I like to write down all the algorithms that I need to solve the Rubik's Cube. And first off, I would get a speed cube. And then I would just drill all the algorithms, not really paying attention whether or not you're solving the cube, but just do them on the cube over and over and over again until you don't have to look at the sheet, because it has become just like muscle memory and you don't have to think about it anymore. That's really my best advice for you, and I would recommend that you would do it. I mean, the only way you can really ever solve a Rubik's Cube is by doing muscle memory, and that's really the best way to do it. Like, that's how I do it. When I'm solving, I'm not thinking about what algorithm I'm doing. I'm not thinking in my head when I'm seeing headlights. I'm not thinking, okay, put them behind me, right prime, front, right, etc. I mean, that's okay when you're first learning how to solve, but once you get to a point that you want to actually try going fast or even doing one-handed, which is a thing that people do in Rubik's Cube, you gotta have it in memory, muscle memory, so you can like close your eyes and actually do the Rubik's Cube. And just FYI, I can do algorithms. I am closing my eyes, but I can do algorithms with my eyes closed just because I know what's coming up and what I have to do to solve it. Like, if you were to give me something like this, I know I have to do this, and then actually it's solved, but if I were to do something like that, and I have this, I can tell you that when I'm closing my eyes right now, I can actually tell you that right now, there are 2 dots right here, 2 dots right here. Now, if you don't believe me that I'm closing my eyes, I can tell you that I'm going to get a dot, one single dot on the face. See? And then I'm going to take this dot, put it down here, do the algorithm again, and I'm actually going to get another dot right here. Now I'm going to take that dot, put it there, and then I'm going to have something with PLL, which I don't know what it is, and I actually didn't know that this was it. I'm opening my eyes now. And I see this, so I just can muscle memory. I see this 4, and then I can just do this. Rotate the cube, and then it's really just muscle memory. That's the only real way to memorize it. So in the next few days, I'm going to be publishing a couple more videos. I'm going to be doing beginning F2L, two-look OLL, and PLL. I would not recommend watching those videos until you can fully solve the 3x3 with under a minute, probably. That's probably the best way to do it. And then with the OLL, PLL, and F2L, OLL is orientation of the last layer, PLL is permutation of the last layer. OLL is like, if I were to have something like this, I could solve this by doing, instead of doing this, if I did this, just a little sneak peek, I could do something like this, and then I have it solved. I could get faster at PLL by knowing that I have to do this, and then do this, and then I can see this, and I can do. Now you have no idea what I just did, but that's okay. I probably shouldn't have done that, but that's just a little sneak peek of what's to come. I'll go into more detail into that in my next few videos. That's all I have for you guys today. See you later. Hope you learned something, and I hope you had fun. That's super cheesy, but I'm leaving it in there because I don't want to change it, but whatever. See ya.